Tony, we got to get this corned beef and cabbage going. The parade's about to start.
It is, and I love St. Patrick's Day.
Can you throw that back in the pot there?
Got it.
Man, this is going to be so good. I do love corned beef and cabbage. Do you actually know where it came from?
No,
the tradition?
I have no idea. I just know it tastes good.
The tradition actually comes from, in Ireland, they would do actually Irish bacon. They boil it, and they had it with potatoes. But then when they came to America, they actually started to do a little more cost effective. They did cabbage, which was a little bit cheaper for in the spring. And then also they did, the corned beef was just cheaper. So they started to do corned beef and cabbage as a little bit of a replacement, kind of a different way of doing it.
We need to get this meal going though, guys. We have a busy day. It is our St. Patty's Day Parade New Home Tour with 15 homes, so we've got to get cooking.
Right. And our tradition is obviously we have to have this meal before we do the New Home Tour Parade.
Right.
Now, I've got some socks. Who's going to be putting on these?
I need the socks.
You do too,
Lonnie.
and Lonnie, you better be putting these on. All right, let's go. Let's do it.
Welcome to Between the Studs. We are Granite Ridge Builders, custom builders serving northern Indiana, northwest Ohio, and also parts of southern Michigan. We have been building custom homes for almost 2 decades, and we're really passionate about what we do. So join us today as we explore the processes, the trends, and also tips that characterize today's new home. Thanks for watching.
Lonnie, this is exciting. We have a big weekend. We have our St. Patty's Day Parade coming up with 15 houses.
I am excited. Hey, welcome to Between the Studs. I'm Lonnie Norris, and this is part of the Granite Ridge Custom Builders team, including Tony Ranke, our president. We build custom homes in northern Indiana, northwest Ohio, and also parts of southern Michigan. And each week we love to discuss with you what we're doing and how we can do it for you in a brand new Granite Ridge custom home.
Now, Lonnie, I know there's a lot of history with St. Patrick's Day, and you know a little bit about that.
There is a lot of holiday celebration and things that are wrapped around this day. What we know is there was a man named Patrick. He lived in the 5th century, and when he was 16 years old, living in Great Britain, he was kidnapped by Irish pirates who took him back to Ireland, and he became a shepherd. He thought he'd live there the rest of his life. But when he was 21, it's kind of a miracle how he was able to escape. He went back to Great Britain. He studied as a cleric, became kind of like a priest, and then guess what? He felt called to go back to Ireland as a missionary.
Wow.
That's interesting. You know what? I do know a little bit too. What he did back in that 5th century, he went to the Emerald Isle. It was a very pagan society. Also, they weren't really, I guess, the most intelligent. They didn't understand a lot about religion. So what he did was he used objects. And one of those, did you guys know this? It was the shamrock. Now, what the shamrock was a 3-leaf clover, not a 4-leaf, which is luck. This was a 3-leaf clover. So what he would do to explain the Holy Trinity back then, he said the Father, okay, the Son, and the Holy Spirit were one. Well, they couldn't understand that. So how could that be one? But this shows it's got one stem, one piece. That's how he explained it. That's how he evangelized. Now, when they celebrate St. Patrick's Day after that, for him, to honor him, we used to wear shamrocks, little pins, all of our clothes. Well, they wanted to revere him even more, so they started dressing up in what color?
Oh, green.
Green. Yeah, everybody thinks that green is just in Granite Ridge with our energy codes and all the things we do. No, today we're celebrating green in honor of St. Patrick. That's why we wear green today.
You know, St. Patrick also, when he was trying to explain everything, that's where the Celtic cross came from. Because with the pagans, they always worship the sun. So he put the sun behind the cross, so it would make sense to all the natives of Ireland, and that's when it all started to really come together for Ireland and Christianity.
It's fascinating.
Another big tradition is the parade. The first St. Patrick's Day Parade took place in New York City back in 1762. It's the largest parade. There's at least 200,000 people that attend each year, and 3 million watch it. Another tradition, of course, is dyeing the river. That's found in Chicago, Savannah, Georgia. They're doing it in Indianapolis, and starting it in Fort Wayne.
Oh, Fort Wayne.
Okay.
Now, I love some of the statistics that come with St. Patrick's Day. Did you know 39% celebrate the holiday? And of that 39%, 83% wear green, 31% attend a party, and 25% decorate their home or office. And one of my last favorite ones is there were 650,000 babies named Patrick over the last 100 years.
Wow.
From him.
Yeah,
That's
it's crazy.
interesting.
Cool. That's cool.
Another fun tradition too is the Blarney Stone. And with the Blarney Stone, it actually came from a story of a goddess telling a young man that when he went on his way to court, if he would kiss the first stone he saw in the morning, that he would be able to speak so eloquently that he would win his case. So he went out, kissed the Blarney Stone, was given the gift of gab, and was able to win his court case.
And I hear that 400,000 people kiss that Blarney Stone now today.
It keeps going.
I'm not sure. Yeah. Do they clean that before they? I don't know about that. Well, you know what? Hey, Luke, are you done yet?
I need about 30 more minutes, guys.
Okay. Here's what. Well, this is our between the stud tradition is always to have our corned beef cabbage meal, right? We have about 20-30 minutes. What do we do in between? I think I might have an idea. Granite Ridge is a very, very custom builder. With customization comes choices. Now with choices, you have to be educated. Granite Ridge is dedicated to educating every one of you out there in their choices and what they mean. For example, brick, cabinets. There's so many choices today. Why don't we do this? Let's break off. Why don't we show our audience just a couple of those ideas and choices that they're going to be able to see at the parade this week, 15 homes. You can go out to those and we'll show you some of those ideas and educated parts, okay? Let's do it. Let's break off. Wait, and you said how many minutes?
About 30.
Okay, Tony, you said that you need something to keep, I got some cookies.
I got my Lucky Charms.
Have your corned beef and cabbage, then come out to the St. Patty's Day Home Parade, 15 homes on tour Sunday 1 to 4.
I think this one would be a good one.
Curb appeal is so important when it comes to your new home. There's a lot of ways to enhance your curb appeal with simply a brick or a manufactured stone. Kayla has a few examples here. Now, Kayla, this is brick, and there's a lot of different varieties when it comes to brick.
There are. So we have some oversized brick and some modular, the traditional style, and there's so many different colors now. It's really important when choosing the facade what kind of house you have and what look you're going for, because the brick really makes a big difference in the overall look. So we have some here that are really popular with the gray colors. We love things like this with the gray siding. We also have still more of your traditional with the oversized and some more variegated colors. So it really enhances the house choosing one that's right for the style.
Now, Kayla, another thing to think about is your mortar. That's something most of us have no idea. We don't pay any attention to it, but it really affects the color of your brick, doesn't it?
It definitely does. So there are so many different colors of mortar that'll make a big difference. I think what you see is about 35% is mortar. And so that totally changes the overall look of the brick itself.
So if you're to drive by a house, you like the brick, you come in and talk to us and you want that same brick, we really need to look up and see what that mortar color is, because if we put that brick up with a different mortar, it's going to look different than what you saw.
Yes, it is.
Now, you can do the whole front brick, you can accent brick. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of good ways, and I know you're great at helping people decide what the balance is on the home and the scale.
Definitely. We have a lot of different things you can do to enhance the brick. We can do coin quarters and keystones or soldier coursing, all sorts of different designs. That's what we're here to help you with.
Now, another popular option is the manufactured stone. We've been doing a lot of this, and you have a lot of different styles and colors. Tell us a little about that.
Well, manufactured stone is great because you can do any color on any style. So you can really do exactly what you want for your home. We have so many different styles. Like you see here, we have the cut cobble that's really popular. One of my favorite ones here is a stack ease. Now, a lot of people like this because it's like a dry stack look where you don't see any mortar. So really clean, a little bit more modern, very craftsman look, and again, you can do it in all sorts of colors. You can even do manufactured stone that's more of a ledge or a natural rock look and really play off whatever style of home you have.
Now, in our 15 homes that are on tour Sunday from 1 to 4, we have a lot of examples of these actually on these homes. You'll also notice a lot of the manufactured homes, we're doing something a little different. Sometimes you take the manufactured stone from the ground to the soffit, but we're doing what we call a plinth row in a lot of our houses.
We are. So this really, it depends on if you have a ranch or a two-story, but it'll really make a big difference how much stone you see and the style too. Craftsmen do a little bit of a plinth row as long as you don't have too tall of a house.
So St. Patty's Day Home Parade, you can find your pot of gold at any of our 15 homes that are on tour.
Hey Lonnie, it's St. Patrick's Day, and I really like your green LED lights there.
Thank you.
Speaking of building green, light fixtures are a big part of that.
You're right, Luke. In a new home, lights fixtures particular are a big consideration. And I think we also agree that what you put in those fixtures is also really, really critical.
Oh yeah, that's huge. And what we're talking about there is traditionally people are putting the incandescent bulbs, the bulbs that we've had for hundreds of years. Now we're talking LED bulbs.
Right, and the incandescents don't last that long. I mean, it seems like I'm changing them every 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, best case scenario, you might get one if you're burning it 3 hours a day, last you 8 months to a year.
But the LED...
Yep, LED is a different story. That same 3 hours a day, you probably get 18 to 20 years out of one bulb.
That's amazing. And also the prices come way down.
Yeah, about a year ago, these were pretty expensive, the
Right.
LED bulbs, but now they've gone down. Incandescents, you can still get those for, 30 cents a bulb. Now you can get these for under $3 a bulb. So
Right.
that price point has really come down, which has made these things very incentive.
It sounds expensive, but when you consider how long they last, and then also they're really, really energy efficient as far as utility costs go,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. For a year on an incandescent bulb, that 3 hours, you might spend $5 per bulb on an incandescent, where you might spend 70 cents per bulb with the LED.
Wow, we're talking $15, $20, $30 a month savings.
Yes.
And let me see, you know what? Change the LED bulbs. It'll pay for your granite tops.
Granite tops, tile shower.
Or even your third car bay on the garage. That's amazing.
Yeah, my wife and I made the switch about a year ago, and it's amazing what it's done to our utility bills.
Let's go green.
Are you feeling lucky? Come out to our home tour this Sunday, 1 until 4.
You know, Kayla, in this weekend's tour, our customers are going to see a lot of variety when it comes to doors and trim. Let's talk about that.
They definitely are. So we try in every single model to do something a little bit different and use our 12 or so standard doors as different options. So we'll start with this one here. We have the traditional 6-panel.
And you know, Kayla, we talked about the Celtic cross a little earlier. Cross and Bible. A lot of times we refer to that as the Christian door or the cross and Bible door.
Exactly. I love it for just that reason. And then we even have some textured doors. So you can do a painted texture. You have the 4-panel profile here. And don't forget about the 3-panel Craftsman door that's really popular now.
I love that door. What about colors?
I know, and color's really fun. So we painted that one a medium gray color, which is popular. And you can have a lot of fun. We even have some different ones behind us here.
Let's take a look.
All right.
Yeah. Ooh.
Look at that one there.
Wow.
I know. Hey, you can do anything. It might not be all of your doors, but a pantry door or just something you want to have fun with in a kid's room, it's a great accent.
Don't let my wife see that. She's going to walk.
Okay. Well, and we also have stain trim indoors.
Yeah.
So we have the 6-panel pine, which is a great look. And don't forget about all of this different profiling for your casing.
This is like 3 1/4, and that's standard on a Granite Ridge home, and if we paint.
It is, and then we have the 2 1/4 there. That's right for some different applications, but we do like something a little bit wider. And all these baseboard profiles, you have different ovalos and base caps, and so we have this great example here to be able to see them all at the same time.
Wow, let's take a look at something.
Okay, we have some more even.
Oh, look.
Well, and we even decorated this time.
Okay, yeah.
So we have the 2-panel square and 2-panel beadboard. This is really popular now.
Don't we
You'll
call
see
this?
one.
Don't we call this like Craftsman now? Is
It
that
is
one way to look at
Craftsman,
it?
a Santa Fe sort of a look. We like this a lot in lake cottages and different applications like that.
Wow, this is exciting. Doors open up all kinds of opportunities. Come to Granite Ridge. We want to show you doors and trim.
Let's go look at some more over this way,
do it.
Lenny. All right.
You don't need the luck of the Irish to come out to the St. Patty's Day Home Parade Tour Sunday, 1 until 4.
Elizabeth, while people are out on the tour today, they're going to see lots and lots of different sinks, different places. And we've talked about it before that sinks are one of those things that a lot of people have an afterthought with. And we think it should be more of an important thought because it's one of the most used and abused items in the kitchen. I've got 3 children, and we've definitely put our sinks really through a lot of tests.
Yes, your kitchen sink is so important. Let me talk about a few of the sinks you're going to see Sunday from 1 to 4 in our open houses. First of all, the stainless steel sink. People are really familiar with that sink. A lot of things to consider when you're looking at your stainless steel sink is the depth of the sink, also the gauge of the steel. That's going to make a big difference on how it holds up and what it looks like, the sheen. Another popular sink we're doing now is, it's made by Blanco, and Izzy, you would love this sink. It's a granite composite.
Yeah. And so I know it's the majority of it is a granite, the granite component, but what else is in there?
This is 80% granite, and then it's also an acrylic matrix, ceramic, and then they use color pigmentations. This sink we rant and rave about.
Yeah.
It is so durable. This will hold up. It won't stain because the color is a through body, so it won't stain. It won't chip. It won't scratch. It comes in a lot of different colors and also different bowl styles.
And I know the farm sink is really huge for people now too. What are the pros and cons of a farm sink?
Well, the farm sink, first of all, it could come in a stainless steel material. Also, this granite composite, the Blanco we just talked about, they do make a type of farm sink.
Okay.
But typically when a customer thinks of farm sink, they think of the cast iron or the porcelain. So it's a great look, but there are a few considerations. With a lot of wear and tear on your sink, it does stain and it could scratch, it could chip. So those are some important factors to consider.
Well, you're going to get to see all these different types out on the tour today. Make sure you come join us 12 to 4. We've got 15 houses available today. See which sink you like the best.
Top of the morning to you. It's the St. Patty's Day Parade. 15 homes on tour. Get your map at graniteridgebuilders.com.
All right, I got my gray, got my white, got my stain. Izzy, are you going to help me with this segment?
Yeah,
Izzy?
ready to help.
Izzy?
I'm just having a little fun.
I must ask you to take off your mustache.
No one take me seriously, I guess. All right.
Oh, wow. I forget what we were going to talk about now.
We're talking about wood species and how to decide how tough a wood species is. And that's going to reference the Janko rating. The Janko rating is what's going to tell us how durable it is. Can you tell us what it looks like? What do you do with it?
Basically, what's going to happen when you do a Janko rating or you're testing out the wood species is they take a ball and they shoot it into the wood, kind of like this. And then they measure how deep it goes into the wood for how tough or how soft or how hard the wood is. Like the kitchen behind us, we're in an alder species, which is a very soft wood, which is about a 550 Janko rating. Also, when you're opening up those cabinet doors, they seem a lot lighter than if you were doing a hickory or an oak.
And yeah, your maple and oak are usually about a 1,300 on the rating. Hickory is up to about 1,800, and then you can actually get up to over 3,500 with the Brazilian walnut. So there's some really super tough wood. But again, we talk about maintenance is really what's going to make the difference in how your wood holds up. So whether or not you're taking care of it, if you're being aware of the moisture in your house, different factors like that can really make a big difference on how good your wood holds up.
You know, another big factor right now when it comes to kitchen cabinets and how the wood species are is if you wanted the painted cabinet or the stained cabinet, because right now everybody loves white cabinets.
The painted cabinet is hugely popular, and if we're going to do that, typically we ask you to go to something like a maple, which the grain is very fine. It's the paint is going to hold very well, and you're going to see lots of shiny, glossy paint.
You know, there are so many things that go into kitchens, and this weekend with the St. Patty's Day home tour that we have going on, we have 15 different homes open, 15 different styles of kitchens, 15 different kind of cabinet colors, and they're open today this Sunday from 1 until 4.
Sunday 1 to 4, come see us and take a look at the different kinds of cabinets we've got for you.
I just want to drop the ball again on another one and see what happens here.
After you've seen them turn the river green, come out to the St. Patty's Day Home Parade Tour Sunday 1 to 4.
Kayla, this is a beautiful display we have going on right now.
It is.
I got to ask you the age-old question.
Okay.
Quartz, granite, what's the difference?
Well, it's really hard to tell the difference just by looking at the countertop. You really need to know your product. We'll start with granite. Granite is going to be a natural rock. It comes from earth. So there are a lot of different styles and colors, but it's going to be a little bit more inconsistent just because it is natural. You never know what you're going to get, but that's the beauty of granite. Now, the great granite that we have, it has a 15-year seal. I know a lot of people are always worried about maintenance and things like that, but you really don't have to worry. And to seal it again, you might be talking $300. But again, that's in 15 years, if it even needs it. Some of these granites are not very porous, and so you might not need to do it. And we have so many different styles, edge profiles. You can even do leathered granite, which means it has a texture to it.
Wow.
It's really impressive now. I love my granite.
So if I'm looking at a basic kitchen, how much for a granite countertop?
You can be starting anywhere from $3,500 and it can go on up to $10,000. It really depends on what you pick, but we have some really great promos that can be around that $3,500 to $4,500 depending on the size of the kitchen.
All right, Kayla, let's flip the table here, or in this case, the countertop, and talk to me a little bit about quartz.
Well, I love Quartz. It's a completely maintenance-free product. No pores, no anything you have to be worried about with bacteria. So it's great in commercial applications as well as residential. Quartz is, actually Cambria quartz is made with pure white quartz. So that's what it gets this brilliant color with. You can really get these things that pop out, and you have all these sparkles. We really love this here, and it's a little bit more consistent in the pattern. So you know more what you're getting, and you're not going to have some patches or splotches you might not be a fan of.
So we said 3,500 and up for a granite countertop. Mm-hmm. Quartz in the kitchen?
Quartz, you're probably starting around 5,000 to 6,000.
Okay.
Now the great thing about Cambria, every single color that they offer is all the same price.
Oh wow.
Now the only difference is the edge style. They have a ton of different edge styles as long as it's about 3 centimeters, which is about an inch and a quarter. As long as it's that size, those are about the same price as well.
Wow, that's nice.
There's a lot of options.
So when it comes to the care of quartz, anything special we need to worry about?
The only thing I'd be careful of is heat. You want to make sure you have hot pads because quartz can crack under a high temperature.
Crock pot too? Make sure you have it on a...
That one you shouldn't be too worried about. It's really that initial transfer of heat that you need to be careful of. And then granite, the only thing I'd be prepared with there, granite you can hardly do anything to, but a lot of people think you can cut on it, which you can, but you're gonna dull your knives a lot quicker.
Now, and I just heard this earlier today, and I was a little shocked by it. I've been hearing a lot of talk about marble.
Marble is so popular right now, especially in kitchens and bathrooms. Be careful though of a kitchen. It can stain with high acidic foods, things like tomato sauces, lemons, things like that. You really need to be careful in a kitchen unless you're gonna take care of that to pristine. So bathroom is a definitely better application for marble. The great thing is we do have some quartz that looks just like marble. So no maintenance, no worries. You can put this in a kitchen and get that look.
You know, the nice thing about these home tours like this weekend, the St. Patty's Day tour, Sunday 1 to 4, you can go out and you can see a lot of different granites and Cambrias and quartzes. And actually one home has 7 different kinds of Cambria countertops in it that you can go visit. So come out and see us for the St. Patty's Day home tour, Sunday 1 to 4.
Now, Tony, let's take a look at this new one that we have. I love this.
Oh, that is pretty.
Isn't that awesome?
Don't worry, we won't pinch you if you're not wearing green. Come out to the St. Patty's Day Home Parade Tour, Sunday 1 to 4.
So pretty. Elizabeth, can you believe this is coming back?
I like it.
You know, there's a lot of things to consider when you're talking about faucets and plumbing. I was just telling Elizabeth, Delta is bringing back gold, and it's very popular right now. Now, it's not the old gold that you used to see. They actually call it Champagne's bronze. It's great for more of a retro or traditional sort of a look. And don't forget about the typical, the chrome, the stainless, and the oil rub bronze, very popular.
Now, Kayla, I know a lot of people are a little torn when it comes to what finish. Is it okay to mix things throughout the home?
That is one designer tip. Please don't be afraid to mix finishes. You can do chrome for your faucets and an oil rub bronze light and satin nickel hardware on your cabinets, and you'd never know. You want to pick the best for the application. You want to pick what's going to look best on the sink, best on your cabinets, and best for your lights.
Now, Kayla, what are some tips when it comes to a faucet? Maybe what's a better design or style for people? I know you could do a single lever, you could do 2. What do you recommend?
You know, I would definitely say a lot of it comes to personal preference, but one thing to consider, a lot of times for ADA, we do the double. It's a little bit easier for people to manage the temperature, or for little kids. Really think about how you use your faucets now and what you'd like to see in the future.
Now, we use Delta for all of our faucets, and I know they have a wide range of designs. So you could do something classic, contemporary. Do you see a little bit of everything?
We have a little bit of everything, that's for sure. You could really want to make sure you pay attention to what sink you're going to do. If you have a vessel sink, you want a higher faucet. If you have an undermount, you might want something that's a little bit lower so the water doesn't splash. And don't forget about different styles of your handles. There's so many things to consider when talking about faucets.
Now, in the kitchen, we've talked about the touchless faucet. Basically, it'll just turn on with the swipe of your hand. Could you do that in the bathroom?
You can. There's a touch or a hands-free, and that's really popular again, especially for kids. It makes it very user-friendly.
Are you feeling lucky? Come out to our home tour this Sunday, 1 until 4.
My name is J.R. Ford, and I'm a new home specialist here at Granite Ridge Builders. I've been lucky enough to help hundreds of my clients get into custom homes that fit their lifestyle. I invite you to personally come into our showroom, experience what Granite Ridge Builders has to offer. We can customize a floor plan specifically to your needs. We've got decorators on staff to help you make the selections that make that structure feel like your home. Call me anytime at 260-444-1112, and please give me the opportunity to help you build your new home.
Have your corned beef and cabbage, then come out to the St. Patty's Day Home Parade. 15 homes on tour Sunday 1 to 4.
Kayla, recently we did a show called What's Underfoot. We talked a lot about flooring, a lot about woods, vinyls, but today we're going to talk about something a little different because a lot of people ask about this.
They have. So this is a porcelain wood-looking tile.
So this is tile, but looks like wood.
Exactly. So a lot of people like the properties of a tile, but they really want that wood feel.
And this comes in different lengths. You could lay it differently. You could do a staggered look. Really resembles it. A lot of different colors. What would be some of the benefits of a floor like this?
Well, with a floor like this, you don't have to really worry about scratching, maintenance, water issues, anything like that. You have all those positive properties.
So this would be great in your foyer, your kitchen, your laundry room, all of those areas where things happen.
We have this mainly in an entire house except for the bedrooms over off of Flutter Road to see.
And that's a good consideration. A lot of people have allergies, so maybe this is a good option for someone.
It definitely is. And have a lot of fun with it. Like Elizabeth was saying, you can do a herringbone pattern, a brick pattern. You could actually mix the widths. A lot of these come in a 6-inch, 8-inch, 12-inch wide. Do all of those together for more of a rustic look. You can do so many different designs to make it all look different.
Now I know one thing people always ask, how much is it going to cost me? What's a good estimate on doing a floor like this?
Oh, they're probably anywhere around $6 to $10 a square foot installed, so it really doesn't break the bank, but has a lot of great features.
And one of the great things about that is you're not going to have to replace it in the next 5 to 7 years if you've had kids and pets and a lot of wear and tear.
It'll last so long. And one of my favorite things to consider, again, I'm always about having fun with it. Think about different ways that you could actually apply this in your home. Maybe a shower, maybe behind a master bedroom wall, something like that. The sky's the limit.
Okay, girls, happy St. Patty's Day!
It's the St. Patty's Day Home Parade. You can find your pot of gold at any of our 15 homes that are on tour.
I love this annual tradition of having a St. Patty's Day new home tour parade. You know what's exciting? I'm just excited about the meal. What's exciting? Let's see if it's ready. Luke, you ready?
About 2 minutes, guys, 2 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us today. We would love to see you out at one of our homes Sunday 1 to 4, 15 homes in the St. Patty's Day Parade. If you'd like more information, please visit our website at graniteridgebuilders.com. There's a map. Just keep in mind a lot of these homes are not on GPS yet, so come to graniteridgebuilders.com for a map and details.
And if you'd like to know a little bit more about who we are, what we do, and why we do what we do so well, check out the website, give us a call at the number at the bottom of the screen, or better yet, come on in the front door. We'd love to say hello to you.
Guys, get your plates. It's ready.
The plates are ready, and let's start the parade. Here we go.
You want to go and slice out a little bit more for me?
Hey, today's St. Patrick's Day. We got to get this corned beef and cabbage started before the parade starts.
Oh, definitely have to have
Can
the
you
corned
put
beef.
that in the pot back there?
Yep, got your back.
Oh my God.
That's not the right song.
And we're glad you've joined us today for this wonderful holiday season. It's a picnic.
It's a wonderful holiday season.
At least it didn't hit you in the head.
That was good. We got one.
Kayla. Good catch.
That was good.
And don't forget about the really popular six panel. Gosh darn it.
3 panel?
Yeah. I just doubled it.
Wait a minute, Kayla. 1, 2, it's 3.
No, so she's right. Looking back.
I know, yeah.
That's
6
true.
panel, double sided.
That is true. Oh man. Okay, we'll start.